Hello everyone and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash. Welcome back to my channel and I hope you're having an amazing week. Currently it is Tuesday and let's get right into the charts as Bitcoin and Ethereum right now are falling to the downside. You can see it has been dumping after rejecting from that weekly pivot at 4,477 and Bitcoin has been dumping since it has lost the since it got back into that value area high. Basically once we got back into that range, we are currently trading below the range. You can see, as I have told you before, we needed that breakout and hold, but once we got that bearish swing failure pattern right here, we did not manage to close above the previous all-time high, and the price is right now pushing towards the downside. As you can see, currently we have flipped below that value area low. And I also did post on my X that Bitcoin needs to reclaim this value area low in order for to continue to the upside. And also once we get down to basically the last weekly pivot support 112k, it is also very possible that we will sweep those lows here and then potentially get a bigger reversal and potentially go back into that range. But as of right now, there is no need to get overly bearish. Basically, Bitcoin is still looking good on the hard time frames. We are still, if you look on the daily, if you look at the bigger picture on the weekly, we are still in a very strong uptrend. And basically, we are currently repeating the same pattern that happened in back in December and January. As you can see right here, we are getting that same pattern, which is rejecting from the previous all-time high. Like we got one right here, price did not manage to close, and then we got a very big correction to the downside. Now the question is the same thing here, price failed to close above the previous all-time high. The question right now is will the price get a bigger correction like the one it got here? Because here we got a correction of around 32% basically, and right now if we measure from the top 32%, basically that would take us down to $84,550 for Bitcoin, which is a very good target if you wanna buy cheap Bitcoin. 84k is still not cheap, but it is way better than buying Bitcoin above 120k. Many people, if we get down there, will get absolutely scared and everybody will think that we are going lower. But as of right now, firstly, we want to see Bitcoin hold the previous all-time high, basically this low here. So if we don't hold 112k, as I have told you in my previous video, if we don't hold this low, then the next low would be basically down here at 98k. So these are the two key levels that I'm watching out for. Basically the one level is very close, almost 1.5% until it is hit, and the next level would be a correction of around 13.7% more to the downside from the all-time high. That would take about almost 21%. Now something very important that we also need to pay attention is that on the lower time frames the stock market is pushing to the downside. You can see the Nasdaq is having a big correction from the top here after rejecting from the weekly R1. We have been down almost 2% basically, and if we measure from the all-time high that we have made right here, we are down 2.2% for the stock market. So it is very possible that we get another like 4 to 5% correction for the stock market, if not a bigger correction, since we have not had a bigger correction since this bearish weekly close right here. And right now price did print a very nasty bearish divergence, but it has been playing out for a couple of days, so it might be over, it might be not, nobody can tell you this. But as you know, I don't want to get overly bearish on the stocks, basically, since they do tend, most of the time it is very risky to go short on the stock market if not for a actual bigger trend change like the one we see here and the one we see here and the one we see here. We basically want to see a confirmation that we are in a lower trend, and basically in my opinion this trend we will not see happening until the S&P 500 basically dips down below the previous all-time high. And so I don't think if this is possible to happen, but this will of course take some very long time to play out. Maybe it can take a couple of months or even longer. But as you know, since we are getting soon in about 2 months in Q4, which is bullish for Bitcoin, I am expecting also for the stock market to continue higher during the winter, since as you know, the winter months, they are basically strong. You can see last year 2024 when September started, basically September and October Q4, we were bullish and we pumped almost 7.5% during this period right here from 7th of October until February. We've got a pretty nice rally to the upside. So this is why I'm not getting overly bearish on the stock market. Basically, now as for Ethereum and the other altcoins, Ethereum basically on the daily time frame still has not tested the trend line that we have broken out of. I am expecting a very strong bounce for it right here. And if we do not get that bounce and if we go down below, then it is possible that we will target this low right here, basically 3,300 for a potential swing fail pattern, and then we actually take off to the upside. Now Solana, I think Solana got back into that range once again. Is repeating, Solana has been hit the hardest in my opinion this run after the top out right here, basically last I think it was January, yeah, exactly on 20 January when Trump launched his Trump coin on Solana. I think this is what caused Solana to basically have that move to the downside, and also what is currently struggling because of this coin in my opinion and of the other meme coins. So basically we want to also take a look at SUI. SUI has been going down in trying to test this POC of the bigger range right here, the macro range. And if this POC is not hot, it is possible that we can see another 25 correction for SUI, basically down to $2.59. It is very, very possible if Bitcoins continues to push higher and, as I said, take out both of those lows right here. Basically, these are very, very key levels to watch out for. Now, if we look at the liquidation heatmap data, we have almost swept out all of the liquidity that's sitting to the downside. If we go, I think, on a higher time frame, basically, I think we do have more liquidity to go. Yeah, we do have liquidity all the way down to 104k. So basically, it is very possible that the price can do a very fast flush out or a slow bleed, as I say. Basically, we will see a price slowly grinding to the downside and taking out the liquidity until we see a bounce, clear bounce after all of the liquidity has been cleared out. Also, the Bitcoin ETF inflows have been hit hard, as you know, the last time. Once you were in the red on the Bitcoin ETF, we did also see the price dumping once they were selling right here 4 days in a row. Right now we do have 2 days in the red in a row of ETF outflows, but in the bigger picture they keep accumulating, as you can see. I think also on the Ethereum ETF there has been outflows. Yeah, exactly the same 2 days we have been getting also outflows on the Ethereum ETF. But let's get right into Bitcoin for now. So basically, fear and greed index dropping lower into that neutral zone. Nothing has changed here. We are in that neutral still. So if the price starts dropping lower, I am expecting that we get very fast into that fear zone. And then once we are here, we can potentially look out. Once everybody is scared, this is where you want to buy, not when everybody is greedy, like, or extreme greedy on the top. Now the longs versus shorts ratio, we still have another day in a row of short or of more shorts opened on the major exchanges. As you can see right here, they are pushing the price down, and we do have a lot of volatility, as you can see. So it is very, very possible that the price will want to drop lower to those very key levels that I have marked out for you right here. And also tomorrow and on Thursday and Friday we do have some very important news. Tomorrow is the FOMC meeting. Basically they will talk about potentially also for crypto, so we might see some volatility happening. We got PMI on Thursday and we also got Powell speaking on Friday, so we wanna watch out for those news the next couple of days. And yes guys, that will be it for today's update video. I hope you liked it. Subscribe for my channel and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.